In a world yearning for truth and personal empowerment, a transformative path awaits. This spiritual exploration unveils the art of conscious living, revealing how your thoughts, words, and emotions shape your reality. Uncovering the creative power within, guided by ancient wisdom, offers an opportunity for growth, healing, and transformation. In this audiobook, we reveal the teachings of Master Saint Germain, who explains how to navigate the currents of your mind, understand the language of your soul, and cultivate a reality that reflects your highest self. With each lesson, you'll unravel the intricate tapestry of life, understanding how the interconnectedness of all things shapes our daily experiences. When a lesson resonates with you, it signals a truth waiting to be discovered, guiding you toward a richer, more meaningful existence. This invitation is for the courageous souls who not only dream of a better world, but also dare to become the architects of their own evolution and metaphysical happiness. Join us and embark on a journey of profound personal transformation and spiritual fulfillment. Lesson 1. Ascend the ladder of consciousness. Every individual possesses a unique level of understanding and acceptance of certain truths. We believe some things, reject others, and remain unaware of many more. This level of comprehension and acceptance forms our state of consciousness, gradually shaped by our experiences and choices. Imagine consciousness as a ladder with countless rungs. Each of us stands on a specific rung, representing our current level of understanding and our personal truth. In the spiritual realm, numerous paths lead to inner evolution. Philosophies, religions, esoteric schools, all valid and deserving of respect. A true metaphysician approaches these paths with understanding and tolerance, avoiding debates or controversies based on religious or spiritual differences. They do not judge or claim superiority over others. Understanding this ladder of consciousness is crucial for living peacefully with others and avoiding the trap of spiritual pride, which can lead to disdain for those perceived as lower. In truth, there is no inferior or superior in this context. These are simply internal levels that we overcome through greater understanding and personal effort. Metaphysics means beyond the physical, encompassing truths that exist but are not visible. Yet despite their invisibility, these truths produce tangible results. The visible world arises from the invisible, which is the cause of all that manifests. For instance, the energy that powers a motor is invisible, yet we accept it as a concrete reality. Many truths exist beyond what we can see or touch. These realities are far more important and transcendental than the material world, and understanding them can liberate us from the dangers and difficulties that plague the ignorant. The esoteric spiritual teachings, once called occultism due to their secretive nature in the past, are now being revealed. In this Aquarian age, the veil of mystery has fallen. The truth is available to all who seek it, without distinction, payment, or hidden initiations. We, the metaphysicians here, belong to the Saint Germain Brotherhood, the highest spiritual level currently on Earth. This teaching was directly projected from the higher realms of light by the ascended Master Saint Germain through Connie Mendes and other prepared channels. To advance in the light, faith in both the visible and invisible is necessary. However, a metaphysician's faith is strengthened by verifying results. Skepticism and doubt hinder progress. As the Bible says, faith can move mountains. This is not blind faith, but one based on knowledge and the verification of results. No one was born to suffer. The divine plan is for everyone to experience beauty and glory. However, humanity's misuse of free will and human power has led to the current state of confusion, imperfection, and chaos on Earth. To progress, we must change our thinking, cleanse the world of errors and false beliefs, and liberate our minds and lives from suffering. The new thought must be embraced by all. This change cannot be imposed but must be sought and accepted by each individual. Dogmas and rituals are no longer necessary. Spiritual awakening and evolution come from within, not from external sources. Among the basic truths that liberate us from suffering are: everything originates in the mind. We create our own destinies, life conditions, misfortunes and joys. God resides within each of us, not in the clouds. There are no sins, only errors that can be corrected. There is no eternal hell. We must adopt a positive mindset to improve our lives. The old world of suffering and limitation is behind us. Today is a new beginning, a renewal. Everything comes from the eternal present. Embrace these truths, unlock your full potential, and ascend the ladder of consciousness. The path to a brighter future starts within you. Lesson 2. Unlock your highest potential. By connecting with the Saint Germain Brotherhood, you have reached a new level of spiritual awareness. This is no ordinary achievement. This level requires a high degree of consciousness, as it contains the most advanced teachings currently available on Earth. It is a direct transmission from the planes of light, channeled by Saint Germain and the ascended masters of the White Brotherhood. These masters, including the Master Jesus, are the spiritual guardians of Earth. They have walked this planet, using their experiences to ascend to higher planes, just as every human being is meant to do. Now, due to the law of evolution, they no longer take physical form, but they continue to love and serve Earth from above. Saint Germain projected this teaching through Connie Mendez, a woman born with this special mission, which she fulfilled perfectly. She tirelessly shared these truths through talks and media, leaving behind a vast legacy of books and teachings that continue to inspire and empower people worldwide. Connie moved away from traditional occultism, presenting these truths in simple terms that are accessible to everyone. She emphasized the importance of continuous practice in daily life, as progress is impossible without implementation. In 1945, Connie founded the Saint Germain Brotherhood in Caracas, Venezuela. Today, the Brotherhood continues its vital spiritual work, preparing the planet for much-needed change and raising the consciousness of countless individuals. This new phase of expansion and renewal is yielding magnificent results. The teachings are offered freely through talks, newsletters, books, and songs. Instructors work selflessly, without personal gain. There are no rituals or ceremonies, just a free and open teaching that requires nothing more than your willingness to accept it. The Saint Germain Brotherhood respects all levels of consciousness and opposes nothing. Its guidelines include avoiding controversy and fostering a positive learning environment. Students are disciples of the light, free from any connection to spiritism, witchcraft, or black magic. This is not a religion, but a practical, high-level teaching that empowers individuals to transform their lives. Joining the Brotherhood requires no formalities. There are no fees, paperwork, or membership cards. All that's needed is a genuine interest in the teachings and regular attendance at the free conferences. Your only commitment is to your inner divinity, which has guided you to this level. By attending classes and showing interest, you've made a commitment to your spiritual evolution. Your higher self has waited patiently to lead you to this higher truth and understanding, and to strengthen your will so you won't falter or give up. Lesson 3. The Art of Living. Take a look around. In every city, on every street, in offices and homes, you'll see faces etched with worry, fear, and exhaustion. The world is full of unhappy people who haven't mastered the art of living or learned how to overcome their challenges. They've fixated on the negative, amplifying its power and filling their lives with misery. Traditional education doesn't teach us the art of living. Painful experiences can be learning opportunities, but without the light of understanding, we misuse our energy, life, and the incredible powers we possess, primarily our thoughts, feelings, and words. This misuse leads to bitterness, suffering, and countless problems that could be avoided if our learning were based on light and true knowledge. Until now, Earth has been a world of atonement, where we come to pay karmic debts and learn through experience. It's a cosmic classroom, a school in the vast expanse of space, where we learn essential lessons for our individual evolution. However, due to our misguided ways, it has also been a world of suffering. But now, as we enter the Aquarian age, the age of great light, all that is changing. We are being offered countless opportunities to rise above our struggles, break free from misery, and reach higher levels of consciousness. The light pouring onto our planet is extraordinary and unprecedented. A great cycle is ending, and Earth, along with all its inhabitants, is ready to graduate to a higher level. In these metaphysics classes, we will learn the art of living, the correct use of our energy, thoughts and feelings, and all the other faculties given to us for our well-being and happiness. The Bible says we are created in the image of God. This doesn't refer to our physical form, but to the powers and faculties we inherit from the divine. We have all of God's powers within us, but they are dormant, like seeds waiting to sprout. We must nurture them with effort and perseverance. The greatest power God has given us is the power of the Word. This incredible creative force is formed through thought, feeling, and action. With it, we build our lives, for better or worse. We must learn to use this tool wisely. When misused, it leads to conflict, suffering, and unhappiness. We are the creators and captains of our own ships. We steer our lives and create the conditions we experience, even if we're unaware of this power. We are not victims of circumstance, but masters of our destinies. Why don't we claim this power? Because we're ignorant of it. We believe external forces are more powerful than ourselves, surrendering to illusions and becoming slaves instead of masters. The Word is a potent energy that springs from our thoughts and goes forth to create. It's a double-edged sword, creating both good and evil, manifesting in our lives according to how we speak. We are responsible for our own happiness or unhappiness. Using the Word correctly means speaking positively and eliminating negative, destructive, or hurtful expressions. It means controlling our speech, choosing words that uplift and inspire, and avoiding gossip, criticism, and insults. The first law of creation is the law of mentalism. All is mind. Our thoughts shape our reality. We must learn to control our mental power, for it is the greatest power in the universe. Our minds are like factories, constantly producing thoughts that materialize in the outer world. Thoughts and beliefs create concrete realities, leading to either happiness or misfortune, depending on their direction. Learn to use your mind wisely, and you will triumph. Master the art of living, and you will unlock a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. Lesson 4. Master your mind, master your life. Look around and you'll see the undeniable impact of our thoughts and feelings. Our jobs, relationships, successes, failures, health, wealth, and even our physical appearance are all manifestations of our mental and emotional states. Every situation we experience has first passed through our minds, shaped by our thoughts, beliefs, and acceptance, either in this life or a previous one. Your reality is a reflection of your thoughts. What you believe about yourself and others has created the life you live. You have the power to change it. Starting today, you can build a better life, achieve success, and triumph in any area by harnessing the incredible power of your mind. Thoughts are the cause of everything that exists. They are dynamic energies that materialize into concrete realities. Our beliefs shape our future. We become what we think and believe we are. Each of us constructs our own world through our thoughts and feelings. The creative power of the mind is like a bow and arrow. The mind is the bow, the thought is the arrow, and the feeling behind it is the force that propels it towards its target. When we think, we emit a magnetic current, a ray of light that can powerfully influence others and reach vast distances. Our thoughts are our children, our creations, and they fulfill the purpose for which they were created. Positive thoughts are bright and clear, radiating peace and harmony. People who think positively attract good things and create joyful lives. Negative thoughts, on the other hand, are dark and dense. They spread from mind to mind, growing in energy and creating monstrous entities like hatred, war, materialism, and revenge. Both positive and negative thoughts return to their creator, multiplied by the energy of similar thoughts they encounter along the way. Therefore, it's crucial to avoid negative thinking, feeling, or speaking, as it can create serious difficulties. In today's world, self-control of our thoughts, feelings, and words is essential to avoid further destruction and imbalance. We must rise above the negativity of the masses and create a better life for ourselves. This can only be achieved through conscious self-control, disciplining our ego, and aligning ourselves with our higher selves. Limitations, misery, and discord in our lives stem from negative thought and feeling patterns. We must break free from these habits to achieve mastery and well-being. This requires continuous effort, as the majority of our thoughts run wild and unchecked, but the rewards are worth it. Financial scarcity and health problems often originate from deeply ingrained negative patterns. To create harmony and peace in our lives, we must learn to control our emotions. This means managing our energy and directing it towards constructive, positive, and joyful endeavors. Self-correction of our weaknesses, vices, and passions is crucial for spiritual growth. Only by mastering our lower selves can we achieve true well-being. The choice is ours. We can let our lower selves dictate our lives, or we can choose to align with our higher selves, our divine presence within. Embrace the power of your mind and emotions. Choose positive thoughts and feelings, and watch as your life transforms into a masterpiece of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. And Lesson 5. Mastering your emotions. Take a moment to observe the world around you. Notice the agitation, the unhappiness, the constant struggle for control. We are bombarded with sensory stimuli, enticing us with instant gratification and material pleasures. It's easy to get swept away by these distractions, but true fulfillment lies in mastering our emotions and aligning with our divine energy. Each of us has a choice. We can either focus on the light within or succumb to the allure of the senses. The path of least resistance is to indulge in our passions, but this requires no conscious effort or self-correction. To achieve true well-being and success, we must urgently address our habits of thinking, feeling, and speaking. Self-control is the foundation of a balanced and joyful life. Don't let external distractions steal your attention. Be vigilant and refuse to accept negativity. Reject the poison that pollutes the world. Every action you take releases energy. Like a powerful avalanche, uncontrolled energy can cause chaos and destruction. Uncontrolled emotions are no different. Irritability, discord, selfishness, anger, hatred, and revenge are all disruptive forces. Let go of arguments and fights. Resist external provocations and remain at peace. Mental control is as crucial as emotional control. Reject thoughts of discord, hatred, or fear. Open your mind to positive, joyful thoughts. As you expand your mental field, you'll overcome limitations and problems, and your life will improve. Remember, everything begins in the mind. First comes knowledge, then acceptance of truth, and finally practical implementation. Greater knowledge leads to greater awareness and greater self-improvement. Lesson 6. The power of now. Think for a moment about the environment you live in. How many people appear to be truly content and at ease? We see worried, stressed, and anxious faces everywhere in the world. Negativity is all around us. We can't stop thinking about regrets from the past or fretting about the future. However, by doing so, we lose out on the excitement and beauty of the here and now. The secret to living a happy life is to live in the now. Our most valuable asset is this everlasting present, which contains the means to mold our destiny. We really only have it, and our current way of life will determine how things turn out in the future that we haven't yet lived. Our current actions have determined both our successes and failures. While yesterday is gone and only a memory, we construct our tomorrow in the here and now. Reminiscing on the past, whether it be good or sad, takes away from the delight of the present. While painful memories might rekindle anguish, happy ones can inspire nostalgia and longing. By concentrating on the past, we just give it greater influence and let it sabotage our enjoyment in the here and now. It would be like carefully cleaning a carpet, only to have a naughty puppy retract dirt all over it. To stop obsessing over the past, we need to practice self-discipline. Invoke the rule of forgiveness and the violet flame to disintegrate and consume all unpleasant experiences rather than repeating past tragedies. Reminiscing over past hurts has negative effects in addition to being useless. It draws in negative energy that can lead to bodily illnesses, emotional turmoil, and headaches. Blaming other people, life, or circumstances is pointless and leads to bitterness. Complaining all the time produces a toxic environment and results in what we call bad luck. Life's hardships, other people's carelessness, or the status of the world are all causes of personal failure. In the same vein, refrain from exaggerating what happens. Negative situations only become more powerful when they are exaggerated, adding needless stress to the scenario. Instead, develop an optimistic mindset and concentrate on the good things in your life. Don't allow your potential and joy to be robbed by fear of the future. A lack of spiritual awareness and a detachment from the divine presence within us are frequently the causes of this anxiety. Never forget that we are not alone. We need to make an effort to actively seek out the help of our all-powerful Creator, who is always there for us. We lose out on the riches and chances that are there in the present when we live in fear of the future. We ignore the real source of our power and well-being in favor of hoarding resources, worrying about retirement, and becoming fixated on material stuff. Accept the time that is here. Give up worrying about the future and the past. Give your all, experience true love, and build a life that is genuinely worthwhile. You have the everlasting now within you to change your world. Lesson 7. Embrace your divine destiny. We are not just objects of fate's play, doomed to agony or suffering without meaning. Life is a university for individuals seeking more wisdom and insight, and a school for those traveling a similar spiritual journey. Earth is our cosmic school, and we are all here to study. Nothing that occurs to us is coincidental or random. Every encounter and obstacle we face serves as a springboard for developing our consciousness. Our consciousness broadens as we develop and learn, enabling us to see past the boundaries we set for ourselves. We transcend beyond our ignorance and realize our actual potential as a result of these events, bringing about a spiritual awakening. Contrary to what certain faiths would have us think, we do not intend to accept our lot in life, pain and suffering. It is our divine destiny to be happy, healthy, prosperous, and forward-thinking. We frequently cause our own negativity and grief via ignorance and mistakes. Disasters are caused by ignorance, and if we lack intelligence, we can come to terms with our bad luck. However, this is not God's will. No matter where you are in life or what is going on around you, get up and turn to face the light. You are meant to aim for the stars. The beginning is the everlasting present. Time is limitless since it is eternal, hence the possibilities are endless. We can live in the infinite void of nothingness and always aim for excellence. We were not created to suffer, therefore keep this in mind. Everything is capable of being enhanced, renewed, and changed. Our entire being is capable of healing and regeneration, just like our bodies are. We have a limitless potential to regenerate wherever and at any time. The greatest force in the cosmos is God, who exists as our heart, our divine presence, and our divine energy. We can accomplish anything we set our minds to with this strength. Understanding the truth will set you free. Next, elevate your will and work with that reality, claiming it as your own. You are not a defeated, sleeping spirit anymore. For as long as we are here on earth, difficulties and issues will arise. Suffering will be a component of our road towards perfection until we are in alignment with the divine purpose. However, without insight and understanding of the timeless principles that drive us toward perfection, we are unable to overcome our obstacles. Remember the well-known spiritual adage, know the truth and it will set you free. Free from what exactly? From every kind of pain, hardship, or issue. Issues are useful instruments for development. For better or worse, we are the sculptors of our own lives, molding our fates. Nothing occurs by accident or by the will of God. If something is good, it strengthens and elevates us. If it is negative, everything comes to be renewed. Nothing develops spontaneously. Even plants search for the light and nutrients they require to grow, striving for perfection. We too need to consciously work at evolving and growing, with the divine inside us to support us. Because of our capacity for free will, we are able to select our own course. However, this liberty also entails accountability. Since we will be held responsible for our activities, we must exercise caution in the decisions we make and manage our energies. Our reality is shaped by our words, feelings, and thoughts. We are not merely objects of fate. We are the captains of our own ships. Whether our destiny is happy or sad, we make it. We must realize our actual potential now. Give up the false sense of being a victim and accept your inner strength. Make the decision to utilize your power for good, since it is only by positive action that we can affect positive change in our own lives, as well as the lives of those around us. Lesson 8. Your body is the vehicle of the Spirit. The eternal and divine being within us seeks expression in the physical realm. To evolve and gain experiences, it needs a perfect instrument for its purpose, the human body. This vessel, while dense and often unaware of its spiritual nature, is a marvel of creation, equipped with everything necessary for this dimension. We have a head to think, hands to create, feet to explore, eyes to witness, and a heart to feel. This magnificent machine, powered by the divine energy of life, is resilient and adaptable, designed to withstand the challenges of existence. Like any tool or machine, our body requires proper care and maintenance. Neglect, excess, and abuse can lead to deterioration and ultimately what we call death. Overindulgence can corrupt it with undesirable habits. We must use this instrument wisely, for we will be held accountable for its condition when we pass before the karmic tribunal. The physical form is like a garment that clothes the thinking being, the supreme consciousness that resides within. Just as we wouldn't venture out naked, the eternal entity needs suitable attire to manifest in this world. When this garment becomes old, worn, and damaged through misuse, it is discarded. The supreme energy, the infinite intelligence, abandons the fleshly vessel when it's no longer useful. It moves on to higher dimensions, while those left behind mistakenly believe that the individual has died. Mourning at the graveside, believing loved ones are trapped beneath the earth is an error. Only the discarded garment remains, slowly disintegrating. The eternal entity has moved on, like a traveler leaving a worn-out vehicle behind. The body is just one of many vehicles at our disposal. We have astral bodies for visiting different planes during sleep and meditation, and mental bodies for thought and imagination. In total, there are 7 vehicles, or bodies, each serving a specific function. Just as we have various modes of transportation on Earth, the vast cosmos offers countless ways to travel. As citizens of the universe, we are not limited to a single mode of transport. We can explore and experience different realms, as long as we earn that privilege through our actions and intentions. Our bodies are like houses, providing shelter for the being that inhabits them. Well-maintained bodies radiate health and vitality, like tidy homes where happy occupants thrive. Conversely, neglected bodies are like dilapidated houses slowly falling apart. Our bodies are also like children, needing education, discipline, praise, appreciation, attention, and love. Nothing is more obedient or responsive than the physical body, depending on how it's treated. Bad habits, overindulgence, and abuse can lead to dysfunction and disease. Remember, the body is a temple of the living God. Treat it with respect, reverence, and care. Keep it clean and maintain it in optimal condition. Don't subject it to excessive work, exhaustion, or illness, as these create karmic debts that must be repaid in future lives. Embrace a balanced approach to physical activity, avoiding extremes and overexertion. Nurture your body with wholesome food, rest, and mindful practices. By honoring and caring for this divine instrument, you unlock its full potential for growth, transformation, and spiritual evolution. Lesson 9. The Divine Alchemy of Transformation. Transmutation is the art of transforming the lower into the higher, dissolving the old and imperfect to restore life to its positive state of goodness and perfection. It's the alchemical process of turning sickness into health, poverty into wealth, ignorance into wisdom, and ugliness into beauty. Everything negative can be transformed into a positive. Transmutation is divine alchemy, a powerful purification process that restores balance and liberates life from imperfections and disturbances. It addresses both individual and collective errors from the past that have brought problems and conflicts into the present. The violet flame, a potent dissolving energy projected to Earth by the ascended Master Saint Germain, is a key tool for transmutation. This powerful energy can be invoked to dissolve discord, errors, and limitations, burning away negativity and restoring harmony. Without the violet flame, true liberation and the end of the cycle of reincarnation on this planet would be impossible. This invisible energy, acting like electricity from the fourth dimension, offers hope and elevation for our world. It's like a fire that consumes all that comes into contact with it, producing immediate results. Decree of transmutation. I call forth the violet flame, which is strong, cleansing, and all-consuming in the name of God. I surround myself with this energy's radiation and give it permission to use its immense power to change my life into one of goodness and perfection. For all of my past and present transgressions, I invoke the law of forgiveness, blessings and gratitude from me. I command blessings, thanks, and praise to multiply and bring about what is needed or wanted. We can bless whatever we would like to see grow, just as Jesus blessed 5 loaves of bread and fed 5,000 people. We can magnify the good and bring about our desires by blessing the good. Cursing releases an energy that is disruptive and destructive, whereas blessing releases a powerful, high-frequency energy. Giving thanks and blessing all we own will make it grow and yield more advantages. More wealth and material well-being follow those who bless money. A happy family promotes peace and well-being. There is good in everything. Affirmations for challenging situations. I bless the good in this situation and want to see it manifested. When I receive money, may divine love, through me, bless and multiply this money so that it multiplies in my hands and in the hands of whoever gave it to me. In any negative situation that may occur, I do not accept it for myself or for others. I invoke the good here, I bless it, and I await it. If something happens contrary to my desires, I bless this situation and the hidden good within it. I know that everything happens for the best, and what is given is for good, and what is not given is because it is not convenient. I reject the negative. I accept nothing but the manifested good. Everything that is bad in my life must disappear. In any confusing situation that I don't understand, I bless the good that it contains. I know that everything contains good. Remember, don't bless people directly, but rather their divine being. Don't bless the sick, but the health within them. Don't bless the thief, but their divine being and the honesty within them. By embracing transmutation and the power of the violet flame, you can transform your life and the world around you. Let go of the past, release negativity, and step into a future filled with light, love, and abundance. Lesson 10. Mastering the Law of Mentalism. The law of mentalism is a fundamental principle of creation. Ignoring or neglecting this law can hinder your spiritual progress, no matter how sincere your efforts. Without consistent practice, even the most dedicated students can find themselves stagnating. The pitfalls of negative comments and criticism. It's disheartening to witness seemingly advanced spiritual students misuse their words and energy. They may criticize their friends, focusing on perceived flaws and negativity. But remember, these are not the truth, merely appearances of imperfection manifested by the human ego. Everyone is inherently perfect, reflecting the divine Christ self within. These appearances vanish with the breath of truth, liberating us from negativity. It's a matter of focus. Our attention goes where we direct it, producing results for good or ill. Negative comments are a source of countless problems. They reinforce negativity, worsen situations, create separation, and poison the atmosphere. Students who don't practice the law of mentalism struggle to progress and free themselves from difficulties. Gossip, criticism, and judgment are like hidden bombs, waiting to explode and cause harm. They create a dark cloud that obscures the light and pollutes our environment. The power of unity and seeing the good. Unity is essential at all levels. Whether in families, friendships, workplaces, or society, unity manifests goodness and perfection. Disunity, on the other hand, breeds separation and opens the door to negativity and destruction. A united family can withstand any challenge. Inseparable friends are invincible. Love is the glue that binds us together, the powerful energy that strengthens our bonds. When we love someone, we don't focus on their flaws. But if we start noticing and commenting on their imperfections, division arises, friendships crumble, and families fall apart. To preserve harmony in your relationships, put on a pair of rose-colored glasses. See only the good in each person. Remember, focusing on negativity only amplifies it and creates barriers. We all have flaws, but these are merely appearances that fade away when we embrace the truth. When you start seeing faults in others, problems arise in your life and theirs. It's the law of cause and effect. You've inadvertently slipped into negativity, allowing it to take hold. When you criticize someone, you're not helping them. You're sending negative energy that attaches to their perceived flaw, making it seem larger and more significant. The importance of focus and correction. Always strive to see the good and perfection in everything. This is a powerful spiritual practice that yields incredible results. It calms the mind and brings ease to life. However, we must remain vigilant, as our eyes are often drawn to negativity. It's an old habit, but we can change it. Look at the good, and it will be given to you, Connie Mendez teaches. What we focus on, we attract. Attention is like a magnifying glass. When focused on negativity, it amplifies it, like a magnifying glass concentrating the sun's rays on dry leaves, causing a fire. Master the power of your attention. Don't let it wander aimlessly. Remember, you can always rectify mistakes. As the Master Jesus said, do not be afflicted by apparent setbacks and do not be attacked by negativity. You are the soldiers of the new age. Stand firm in your guard. When we make mistakes, we can always correct them. We are not perfect, but we are capable of growth and transformation. By focusing on the good, practicing forgiveness, and embracing the power of transmutation, we can create a life of harmony, joy, and abundance. Lesson 11. Transmute resentment. Resentment is a poison that harms its host far more than its intended target. The law of the circle dictates that whatever we radiate outward, whether positive or negative, returns to us amplified. Resentment, like a boomerang, comes back to poison our minds and bodies. Holding a grudge against another person, situation, or place robs us of peace and tranquility. It dims our joy, dampens our enthusiasm, and can even lead to physical ailments. Resentment is a slow-burning poison that can manifest as surprising illnesses or chronic conditions. This corrosive emotion must be transmuted. Any lingering resentment against people, situations, or things from the past must be dissolved if we want to progress spiritually. Resentment is a lesser form of hatred, devoid of love, and fueled by judgment and condemnation. Imagine resentment as a wasp's nest within you. These insects can sting unexpectedly, causing pain and disruption. The only way to eliminate the danger is to remove the nest entirely. Similarly, we must uproot resentment through transmutation. Some may achieve material success despite harboring resentment, but their inner lives remain bitter and unfulfilled. Spiritual growth cannot flourish in a heart filled with negativity. It's like trying to create a beautiful painting in a smoke-filled room. The soot will inevitably taint the canvas. As metaphysicians, we must look inward with unwavering honesty. If we detect resentment, we must take immediate action. We must cleanse our minds, hearts, and bodies of this poison. We cannot advance on the path of light while clinging to darkness. This requires a firm, determined effort to eradicate the root cause of resentment. We must forgive ourselves and others, releasing all grievances and negativity. Only then can we create space for love, compassion, and true spiritual growth. Resentment against life, circumstances, or material possessions is equally detrimental. Blaming external factors for our unhappiness or lack of success is a grave error. We must recognize that we are the sole creators of our own experiences, shaped by our choices, beliefs, and actions. Gratitude is the antidote to resentment. We should be thankful for the many opportunities and blessings life offers us. Resentment against life only perpetuates a karmic cycle of unhappiness. Nature itself purifies negativity. Egregores of resentment, like any negative creation, are released into the atmosphere when they leave the mind of their creator. Nature, burdened by this imperfection, returns the negativity to its source through natural disasters like earthquakes, cyclones, and volcanic eruptions. Resentment only harms the one who feels it. It's never beneficial to harbor this destructive emotion. Let go of grudges, forgive yourself and others, and embrace the transformative power of transmutation. By doing so, you'll liberate your heart, open yourself to love, and create a life filled with joy, peace, and abundance. Lesson 12. The essence of true love. If you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it is yours. If it doesn't, it never was. Love is a sublime emotion, a selfless energy that inspires us to give, serve, and seek the happiness of others without expecting anything in return. It's not limited to romantic relationships, but encompasses a vast spectrum of connections and experiences. What we often call love is merely the surface of this profound principle. True love extends beyond family, marriage, and friendship. It encompasses a passionate devotion to knowledge, art, science, and even a deep appreciation for life itself, including its inanimate aspects. When we fully realize this expansive love, we transcend the need to remain on the physical plane. We ascend to higher levels of consciousness, freed from the limitations of the ego. True love is devoid of selfishness, possessiveness, and manipulation. It doesn't impose conditions or bind others with chains. It's a generous and liberating force that cannot thrive in the suffocating grip of possessiveness. Those who try to possess others, claiming to love them, haven't truly learned what love is. Their actions are driven by a disguised egoism, leading them to impose conditions and cause suffering. They may say, "I'm doing this for your own good," but their motives are often self-serving. Trying to monopolize love is like snuffing out a candle. It diminishes and eventually extinguishes the flame. When you try to possess someone, you stifle their spirit and create resentment. They become like prisoners, longing for escape at the first opportunity. Respect is the foundation of lasting love. To preserve your love, you must honor the free will and individuality of others. Don't try to control or manipulate them. Appreciate their unique qualities and respect their choices, even if they differ from your own. Remember, no one is perfect. Freedom is a divine gift, and we are all born with the sacred right to think, be, and act as we choose. Love without freedom is not love at all. Jealousy, a subtle form of egoism, is a hellish emotion that breeds suffering. It stems from fear, insecurity, and a lack of trust. Jealous individuals may believe they love deeply, but their actions are often fueled by possessiveness and control. Jealousy poisons relationships, creating a suffocating atmosphere of suspicion and discord. It torments both the jealous person and their beloved, often pushing the relationship to its breaking point. A metaphysician can offer guidance and support to those trapped in the throes of jealousy. By applying appropriate treatments and shedding light on the darkness, they can help individuals break free from this destructive emotion and learn to love authentically. The key is to let go and allow freedom. When you release someone from your grasp, you give them space to breathe and live their own life. This act of unconditional love can work wonders. Remember, no one can steal another's love. If someone leaves you, it's because they were not meant to stay. Trust that there are deeper reasons at play and that everything unfolds according to divine order. Love extends to all of creation. It's not limited to romantic partners or even humans. We can love animals, plants, nature, and even inanimate objects. The love between couples is often a blend of passion and possessiveness, which can fade if based solely on physical attraction. True, enduring love is a union of souls, not just bodies. Everything deserves love and respect. Reverence for life is a sacred law. The color of love is pink, radiating from the heart, the source of its power and strength. Embrace this expansive, unconditional love. Let go of possessiveness and control. Allow yourself and others to be free. In doing so, you'll unlock the true power of love and experience a profound sense of joy, peace, and fulfillment. Lesson 13. Conquer your fears, unleash your joy. The biggest threat to humanity is fear. We suffer more and experience greater discord when we are afraid. We grow healthier and happier when we have less fear. Overcoming fear is the one true challenge we must overcome. Situations no longer have the power to control us when we are courageous. Happiness and contentment are the best indicators that we have overcome our concerns. Recall that fear is a fake. If you expose it, it will come apart. Think about the unusual story of the Dutch woman who came across a lion that had gotten loose from a touring circus. The lion raced past her and into a closet after jumping through her open window. The woman chastised the lion for leaving muddy footsteps on her spotless flooring, thinking it was a donkey. She even went on to use a broom to bash the scared lion. The lion, happy to be spared the woman's wrath, meekly surrendered when armed men arrived to capture it. When the woman realized she was defeating a lion, she passed out and was sick for several days. This story aptly demonstrates the crippling effect of terror. As long as she thought the animal was a donkey, the woman was in total control. However, as soon as she realized her error, her anxiety reappeared, and she responded in line with her deeply held convictions. Release yourself from the bonds of fear. Resolve to defeat this foe with all of your might, and the rest will sort itself out. Acknowledging the existence of God within you and the steadfast love of the Father who constantly keeps you safe is the cure to fear. Fear vanishes and is neutralized when you draw upon this love. According to what the Bible says, perfect love casts out fear. Fear makes mistakes and draws issues into our lives. Fear gives something power over us and pulls it into our reality. As metaphysicians, we know that fear draws in the things we fear by functioning as a magnet. You will attract robbers if you are afraid of getting robbed. Everything you are afraid of will eventually happen. To break free from this commandment, one must give up fear. Conquer your fears, as they are meaningless in your life. Accept the strength of faith, love, and bravery. You'll be able to access an infinitely joyful, peaceful, and productive life by doing this. Lesson 14. Letting go of regret. When faced with a decision, give it your all. Do everything possible in that moment to fulfill your duty. If it turns out you were mistaken, don't blame yourself. No one can do more than what they understand and believe they can do at any given time. Even the wisest person in the world is limited by their understanding and capabilities. Dwelling on past mistakes made in good faith is foolish. Remorse only robs you of peace and causes inner turmoil. While anyone can predict the future with careful reflection, true wisdom lies in doing the best you can with the knowledge and resources available to you. Metaphysics students often seek guidance from their divine presence before making critical decisions, trusting their intuition to avoid mistakes. Believe firmly in what you ask for or claim, for without faith, nothing can manifest in your life. Living with regret is a heavy burden that saddens ages and disrupts inner harmony. When we harm others, we may experience deep remorse, especially when the situation seems irreparable. But remember, everything has a solution, especially when you've embraced the metaphysical teachings and understand the truth about regret. Don't allow yourself to dwell on past mistakes. Release the guilt and remind yourself that you did the best you could at the time. Forgive yourself and let go of the past. Affirm to yourself, I did the best I could and learned from my experience. I release this matter and open a new and better account. By embracing this mindset, you free yourself from the shackles of regret and open yourself to new possibilities. You create space for growth, learning, and transformation. Remember, the past is gone and the future is yet to be written. The present moment is where true power and freedom reside. Lesson 15. Embrace challenges, achieve success. Success is not the absence of difficulties, but the mastery of them. Every triumphant individual has overcome obstacles on their path. After all, reaching a destination without any challenges is hardly a noteworthy achievement. Consider the challenges faced by those who laid the first telegraph line from New York to Boston. It was a daunting task, but they persevered. Later, laying the transatlantic cable became the next great feat, requiring even greater ingenuity and determination. Yet these obstacles were eventually overcome. No personal challenge, no matter how daunting, is insurmountable with persistent spiritual treatment and decisive action. If you encounter a stumbling block on your path to success, don't accept defeat. Use that obstacle as a stepping stone towards your goals. H.G. Wells, the renowned writer, was forced to quit his low-paying job due to poor health. This setback led him to focus on writing, ultimately propelling him to literary fame. Thomas Edison, after losing his hearing, saw it as an opportunity to concentrate more deeply on his inventions. Theodore Roosevelt, a sickly child told he would need to live a sheltered life, defied expectations and became a robust and dynamic president of the United States. W.S. Gilbert, while bedridden with agonizing pain, wrote the popular operetta Pinafore. The owner of a famous London fashion house was once the wife of a struggling salesman with tuberculosis. With no business experience or capital, she faced the challenge of supporting her husband and 2 children. Armed with good taste and faith, she built a thriving empire. Whatever your difficulty, seize it as an opportunity. Challenges may seem insurmountable, but spiritual treatment and unwavering determination can conquer anything. Problems are signposts pointing the way to God. Unleash your dynamic power. What does it mean to be dynamic? Many aspire to be dynamic, but lack a clear understanding of what it truly entails. Some believe it's about being aggressive, loud, or attention-seeking. Others think it's about making a grand show of their accomplishments. In reality, a dynamic person is someone who takes action to change the world and the people in it, or who strives to change themselves. The scale of their impact may vary, but the world is undeniably different because they lived and acted in it. Dynamic individuals are driven to make a difference. They innovate, create, and inspire. They may be inventors, artists, healers, teachers, or entrepreneurs. They leave the world a little better than they found it. The secret to being dynamic is believing that God works through you, no matter how big or small your actions may seem. Dedicate your talents and abilities to serving others, and you will become the dynamic force you were meant to be. Put this principle into practice, even for a short time, and you'll be amazed at the results. You'll discover your true dynamic potential and experience the fulfillment of living in alignment with your purpose. Lesson 16. The I Am Presence Within. The divine and immortal being within each of us seeks expression in the physical world. To evolve and gain experiences requires a perfect instrument, the human body. This vessel, while dense and often unaware of its spiritual nature, is a marvelous creation equipped with everything necessary for this dimension. We have a head to think, hands to create, feet to explore, eyes to witness, and a heart to feel. This magnificent machine, powered by the divine energy of life, is resilient and adaptable, designed to withstand the challenges of existence. Like any tool or machine, our body requires proper care and maintenance. Neglect, excess, and abuse can lead to deterioration and ultimately what we call death. Overindulgence can corrupt it with undesirable habits. We must use this instrument wisely, for we will be held accountable for its condition when we pass before the karmic tribunal. The physical form is like a garment that clothes the thinking being, the supreme consciousness that resides within. Just as we wouldn't venture out naked, the eternal entity needs suitable attire to manifest in this world. When this garment becomes old, worn, and damaged through misuse, it is discarded. The supreme energy, the infinite intelligence, abandons the fleshly vessel when it's no longer useful. It moves on to higher dimensions, while those left behind mistakenly believe that the individual has died. Mourning at the graveside, believing loved ones are trapped beneath the earth, is an error. Only the discarded garment remains, slowly disintegrating. The eternal entity has moved on, like a traveler leaving a worn-out vehicle behind. The body is just one of many vehicles at our disposal. We have astral bodies for visiting different planes during sleep and meditation, and mental bodies for thought and imagination. In total, there are 7 vehicles or bodies, each serving a specific function. Just as we have various modes of transportation on Earth, the vast cosmos offers countless ways to travel. As citizens of the universe, we are not limited to a single mode of transport. We can explore and experience different realms as long as we earn that privilege through our actions and intentions. Our bodies are like houses, providing shelter for the being that inhabits them. Well-maintained bodies radiate health and vitality, like tidy homes where happy occupants thrive. Conversely, neglected bodies are like dilapidated houses, slowly falling apart. Our bodies are also like children, needing education, discipline, praise, appreciation, attention, and love. Nothing is more obedient or responsive than the physical body, depending on how it's treated. Bad habits, overindulgence, and abuse can lead to dysfunction and disease. Remember, the body is a temple of the living God. Treat it with respect, reverence, and care. Keep it clean and maintain it in optimal condition. Don't subject it to excessive work, exhaustion, or illness, as these create karmic debts that must be repaid in future lives. Embrace a balanced approach to physical activity, avoiding extremes and overexertion. Nurture your body with wholesome food, rest, and mindful practices. By honoring and caring for this divine instrument, you unlock its full potential for growth, transformation, and spiritual evolution. The power of I Am. The human being is a self-sufficient stream of life, constantly receiving energy from its divine presence, the I Am. This energy descends as a golden ray of light, entering through the crown chakra and anchoring in the heart. It flows uninterrupted, powering us in every moment, whether awake or asleep. Only when we misuse this energy and neglect our bodies does the I Am presence withdraw the life current, leading to the body's disintegration. In reality, only the body dies, as the energy continues to flow through our other vehicles. Life continues on higher planes. The phrase I Am holds immense power because it commands energy to act, for good or ill, in positive or negative ways. We must be mindful of our thoughts and words as they shape our reality. When we say I Am, we open the door to all that is beautiful and perfect. But when we say I Am not, we close the door and push away hope. We have the power to command, and this is the power of the spoken word. The personal or human self possesses nothing of its own. Everything we have is borrowed from the I Am presence, our divine source. Even if we misuse these gifts, there is only one source of all good, the I Am presence within. Recognizing and accepting the divine presence. Each morning and evening, take a moment to relax and center yourself in your heart. Then, with a peaceful mind, affirm the following decree. I recognize, accept, and bless the fullness of the powerful, omnipotent presence of God I Am, of the radiant Christ, and I call it into action today to manifest all the truth, beauty, and perfection that is in my divine plan. Beloved presence of God in me, I joyfully accept and receive the wonderful flowing, regenerating, and vital power that comes incessantly through my physical body to manifest perfect health. I accept my feelings and keep my human self under control to receive now all the power of light. Thank you. By acknowledging and embracing the I Am presence within, you tap into your limitless potential for healing, transformation, and spiritual growth. Lesson 17. Mastering your mindset for exam success. Several negative conditions can hinder a student's performance and lead to exam failure. These conditions are often self-created by accepting external pressures, negative comments, or dwelling on past failures. Fear of failure. Approaching an exam with fear is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Fear attracts what we dread. Instead, go into the exam with confidence and a determination to succeed. If you haven't had enough time to study, let go of worry and trust in your divine presence. Affirm that everything is well and expect the best outcome. Anxiety and insecurity. These emotions can significantly impact exam success. Just as fear is faith in the negative, insecurity attracts defeat. True faith isn't just about religious convictions, it's also about believing in yourself, trusting your knowledge, and feeling confident in your abilities. Fear and insecurity block the mind, causing it to go blank. Even if you've studied diligently, tension and worry can prevent ideas from flowing. Calm yourself, raise your vibrations, and invoke your divine presence. Mental and emotional peace, along with self-assurance, are essential for optimal performance. Negative vibrations from teachers. Sometimes written exams carry negative vibrations from the teacher. They may focus on the most difficult material or areas where students haven't shown interest. This, combined with a student's anxiety, can create a recipe for failure. However, avoid blaming or judging the teacher. Instead, bless them and ask for perfection to manifest in them. If they seem unsympathetic, it's because you're projecting negativity onto them. Surround them with understanding and peace, and you may find an ally and collaborator. Remember, seeing the good in others brings good to you. Focusing on negativity only attracts more of it. Taking responsibility and staying positive. Success and failure are ultimately our own responsibility, not caused by external factors. Don't blame others, your environment, or circumstances for your challenges. Peace comes to those who are calm and centered, while fear and anxiety attract negativity. Prepare diligently for your exams, take responsibility for your learning, and avoid cheating or shortcuts. A student who expects success must be pure of mind and heart, refusing to compromise their integrity. Maintain a positive mindset. Don't entertain thoughts of failure or doubt your abilities. Erase those negative thoughts and feelings and replace them with affirmations of confidence and success. Invoking divine presence and gratitude. Recognize and invoke your divine presence within yourself, your teacher, and your fellow students. This loving presence will ensure that everything goes well. Don't forget to express gratitude before and after the exam. A grateful heart attracts blessings and success. Treatment by Master Kuthumi. Before the exam, calm yourself and find peace. Release all fear and trust in yourself. Affirm that everything will go well, and then say this prayer. Beloved presence of God in me and in the teacher, I love you, I recognize you, I bless you, I call you into action to manifest perfection during the exam. I remain serene and at peace, and I decree that everything will go very well. I wrap myself in the mantle of truth and project this truth to the teacher and all the students taking this exam. I am the victorious achievement and the perfect realization. I ask the beloved Master Saint Germain to radiate the violet ray to envelop this exam, transmuting any negative energy into positive, returning it to the great cause and then to the teacher, transformed into wisdom and understanding for all. I complete this treatment with the pink flame of divine love that harmonizes and uplifts. I ask you, powerful presence, to project light and wisdom into the cells of my brain, to those responsible for this task, so that they may awaken and accept to fulfill their service well. Thank you, Father, because you have heard me and this exam is approved. As you enter the exam room, remind yourself that you are there to succeed. Trust that your divine presence is in control. Affirm, I am the victorious achievement in harmony with all and for all. By mastering your mindset and embracing these metaphysical principles, you can overcome any challenge and achieve your goals. Lesson 19. Earth is a cosmic classroom for soul evolution. Earth is not just a planet, it's a classroom, a vibrant learning environment within the vast universe. The cosmos is filled with countless classrooms, each a unique world or star where souls embark on their journey of growth and transformation. These stars are not merely twinkling lights in the night sky. They are bustling hubs of knowledge and practical learning, each catering to different levels of spiritual evolution. For some, Earth is like elementary school, where we learn basic life lessons. For others, it's akin to high school, offering more advanced teachings. And for a select few, Earth is a university, providing opportunities for profound spiritual growth and mastery. Life on Earth is not random or the product of blind fate. It's meticulously orchestrated by higher spiritual hierarchies and the souls themselves, who willingly accept the conditions they will face, whether pleasant or challenging. No one is born without a purpose, a divine blueprint outlining their life's journey. We choose to incarnate on Earth for various reasons. Firstly, we are drawn to this level of evolution because it aligns with our current stage of development. Secondly, we petition the karmic board for permission to be reborn, accepting the debts and lessons we must learn from past mistakes. These debts are not punishments, but opportunities for growth. They are the consequences of actions that have harmed others or ourselves in previous lives. By repaying these debts and learning from our experiences, we correct flaws, develop virtues, and elevate our mental and emotional states. The challenges and difficulties we encounter in life are not random events. They are tests, initiations, and exams designed to help us evolve. By overcoming these obstacles, we ascend to higher levels of consciousness and ultimately graduate to a state of superhuman awareness. At this stage, we transcend our attachment to material possessions, overcome selfishness, and embrace universal love. We ascend, leaving behind the physical world and transforming our dense bodies into light. The cycle of reincarnation ends, and we continue our journey on higher planes of existence. The Master Jesus demonstrated this ascension publicly, nearly 2,000 years ago, showing us the path we are all meant to follow. He said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. Follow me." Ascension is not a privilege reserved for a select few, but a universal law, a process of spiritual graduation. Just as a college graduate achieves a higher degree and improves their life, so too does the soul who successfully navigates life's challenges. The rewards are immense, a profound transformation and a brighter future. While we experience these challenges, we may not fully grasp their significance. We haven't been taught that these are personal tests for our evolution, but if we knew, we would approach them with greater care and attention, increasing our chances of success. Embrace the challenges you face. They are not obstacles to be feared, but opportunities for growth and transformation. By recognizing their purpose and approaching them with wisdom and courage, you can accelerate your spiritual evolution and unlock your full. Lesson 19. Awakening your divine potential. Contemplation, a simple yet powerful form of prayer, offers a direct connection to the highest aspect of your being, the divine presence, also known as the I Am. This connection calms the mind, soothes emotions, relaxes the body, and opens the floodgates to wisdom and power. The divine presence as energy in action is always with us. It is love, intelligence, will, power, and all the attributes we possess as human beings. It is the source of all good, the individualized God within each of us. While this divine energy constantly flows through us as life, we must make a conscious effort to access its greater gifts. By establishing a conscious connection, we can receive increased strength, health, and illumination, leading to a more successful and fulfilling life. Without this inner light, we are like blindfolded travelers, stumbling through life, constantly bumping into obstacles and falling into pitfalls. We are capable of so much more, but we must willingly seek guidance from our higher selves to unlock our full potential. Imagine a vast reservoir supplying water to a city. If the communication channels are blocked and the pipes are clogged, only a trickle of water will reach the citizens. This is a faulty system that needs repair. Similarly, our channels of communication with the divine presence, our source of all that we need, can become obstructed. The flow of life force is barely enough to sustain our basic functions. This happens because we are covered in layers of garments or inner bodies, our mental and emotional states, that can become cluttered and polluted. These layers obstruct the flow of divine energy, hindering our access to guidance, healing, and protection. Through contemplation, we can clear these channels and establish a conscious connection with the divine presence. We can acknowledge, accept, bless, and thank this supreme power for all the gifts that have allowed us to be and exist throughout the ages. Contemplation offers numerous benefits: improved health. The increased flow of divine energy promotes cellular renewal and enhances physical well-being. Mental clarity. Contemplation dissolves mental chatter, worries, and doubts, providing clarity and illumination on all matters. Emotional balance. Regular practice fosters tranquility and calmness, reducing stress and promoting emotional stability. Spiritual awakening. Most importantly, contemplation awakens the Christ within, the dormant divinity residing in our hearts. When the Christ within awakens, we experience profound growth and transformation. We develop our spiritual nature, gaining self-control, strength, and wisdom. Without this awakening, we are like wild animals, driven by instinct and lacking in wisdom. We waste our time on superficial pursuits, missing out on the true value of life. The awakening of the Christ within is the key to our evolution. It connects us to the divine presence, the Father, through the supreme energy. The two become one in power and glory. The ascended Master Saint Germain promises that those who practice contemplation and consciously strive to awaken their Christ within will come under his care and guidance. They become his legionaries, receiving his assistance and protection. Embrace contemplation as a powerful tool for spiritual growth and transformation. By establishing a conscious connection with your divine presence, you unlock a life of greater health, clarity, peace, and ultimately, the awakening of your true divine nature. Lesson 20. Shielding yourself for spiritual growth. Imagine going inside your room to unwind, read, or do anything that requires concentration. Naturally, your first reaction is to shut the door to create a quiet, unbroken space. Talks, noise, and phone calls are examples of distractions that you wouldn't want to embrace because they would impede your development. Our spiritual practices follow the same concept. The first step in practicing meditation, contemplation, or relaxation is to create a sacred area that is free from outside distractions. This entails safeguarding both physically and energetically. We shouldn't expose our minds and souls to harmful influences, just as we wouldn't leave our houses accessible to intruders. For our inner work, we can create a secure and tranquil environment by erecting a shield of light. We suggest using the electronic cloak of the divine presence, the I Am, and the electronic circle that Master Saint Germain, our beloved, taught. Through this exercise, a potent, undetectable electronic energy is produced that repels negativity and harmful influences, much like a bright crystal wall. Since we are children of the light, the ascended masters, Saint Germain and his twin flame, Connie Mendes, assist us. The ultimate force, light, is found in every human heartbeat. It is the essential substance, the self-aware force that creates perfection instantly and is impervious to opposition. Imperfections disappear, and discordant creations evaporate when we call in the light. Light purges negativity, eliminates mistakes, brings harmony back, and fills us with its tremendous power. Envision walks into a strange, dark room. You're scared and anxious. However, as soon as you turn on the light, all shadows vanish and tranquility envelopes you. Similar to this, calling upon the light in the spiritual domain drives out negativity and fixes issues. Life revolves around light, which is also the radiant center of each and every atom in our physical bodies. We always possess the essence and force of perfection, but our conflicting ideas and emotions can envelop this pure light in a thick cloud of imperfection, bringing misery and negativity with them. At the heart of everything is pure light. We are the source of the strife because we abuse our free choice. It is now necessary to take off the dark veils we have clothed ourselves in so that the light might show from within. All that we label as ugly, wicked, self-centered, and other discordant states are really supplements to the flawless initial light that exists in every human. It is our responsibility as children of the light to purify ourselves so that this light can emerge. Everything is now visible because of the light. All animal and inanimate biological entities have descended from this universal substance. It is the ultimate power that gives everything life and the origin of everything that is. All of creation can only be moved by one power, the amazing electronic light that permeates everything and is present everywhere. The law of light is the law of life for the entire universe. We We exist. We have our existence in the light. The absence of light is the negative polarity, also referred to as evil. It aims to upset and cause turmoil all the time. However, evil cannot hurt us if we resist it and protect ourselves with the light. Religion talks about demons and hell, but they are only inferior astral beings, discarnate beings with poor progress that are meant to agitate and disturb. The realm that is closest to ours is the astral plane, which is home to those who undergo the transformation known as death. We may raise our vibrations and ward off negativity by calling upon the light and engaging in spiritual protection practices. By making a sacred place for ourselves and the world around us, we can let the light shine brightly and lead the way to a higher level of awareness, contentment, and peace. Lesson 21. The Power of the Still Small Voice. Most people don't hear the voice of their inner divinity because they haven't learned to listen. They're too focused on the noise and distractions of the external world, their attention captivated by sensory experiences. It's like a young couple dancing to loud music, oblivious to the ringing phone in the next room. To answer the call, they must stop dancing, quiet down, and shift their focus. Similarly, in our daily lives, we often prioritize the external, the flashy and the impressive, while neglecting the subtle whispers of our inner voice. Yet, this inner guidance is always there, like a conscience nudging us when we're on the wrong path. The inner voice is a source of illumination and valuable guidance. Those who develop this faculty become successful and rarely make mistakes. Many historical figures owe their achievements to listening to their inner voice. Gandhi, the Indian mystic who led his country to independence through non-violent means. Thomas Edison was the scientist and inventor who received his groundbreaking ideas through meditation. Mark Twain, the celebrated author. President Abraham Lincoln. Joan of Arc, the young French heroine. Everyone has their own unique way of perceiving the inner voice, but practice and experience are key to achieving results. What is the inner voice? It's the way our divine presence speaks to us. To hear it, we must practice contemplation or meditation, temporarily closing the doors to external distractions and entering the silence within. When we're overwhelmed by anxiety, anguish, or negative emotions, we cannot access this higher perception. We must first achieve a state of relaxation. Impulses and hunches are the most common ways the inner voice expresses itself. It's subtle, yet powerful. When you feel an urge to do something, even if it seems absurd, follow it. You may be surprised to find it was the right decision. The divine presence works in mysterious ways, often leading us to more glorious outcomes than we could have imagined. By trusting our intuition, we open ourselves to its guidance and blessings. Remember, truth comes from the heart, not from logical reasoning or intellect. When faced with a problem, prioritize your feelings over your thoughts. The heart is a reliable guide that can help you avoid mistakes and failures. Truth and understanding often arrive as a sudden intuitive flash. Intuition is the voice of the divine presence, the voice of God within. Everyone possesses intuition, impulses, and hunches. However, few pay attention to them. Those who are overly materialistic and disconnected from their spiritual nature may dismiss these intuitive nudges as foolish or meaningless. This is why the world is filled with so many mistakes and failures. When we make a conscious effort to connect with our divine presence through contemplation or meditation, the channel of communication opens wider, leading to profound experiences. Don't expect phenomena. Don't expect dramatic phenomena or a booming voice speaking to you. The inner voice is usually perceived without sound, as a thought or feeling in your own mind. It's so subtle that it may seem like your own thoughts. When you ask your divine presence a question and enter into silence, the first idea that arises is often the right one. If it brings happiness and joy, you've found your answer. If you feel discomfort, doubt, or unease, it's not the right answer. The solution may not always come during contemplation or meditation. If nothing comes, let it go. The answer will often arrive unexpectedly later in the day. Hearing voices. Perceiving inner voice is not the same as hearing voices. Typically, voices are whispers in the ear attempting to convey a message. These could be astral plane interferences if you haven't learned how to defend yourself using light and the electronic belt. Individuals who have an interest in paranormal phenomena or who are depressed and hopeless may also be more prone to hearing voices. These are frequently attention-seeking, disruptive entities. Do not panic if you hear voices. Cast them aside right now, call upon your heavenly presence, and surround yourself with light. Steer clear of witchcraft, fortune-telling, and other activities that draw in low, vibrating energies. Through cultivating your intuition and listening to your inner voice, you can open doors to achievement, direction, and a wealth of knowledge. Put your faith in your internal compass and follow it to a happier, more satisfying life. Lesson 22. Overcoming Interference. A warning to all sincere students of the light. When you embark on a path of spiritual growth or return after a period of inactivity, you may encounter obstacles and interference. Upon reaching the Saint Germain Brotherhood, you found the final rung on the ladder of spiritual development. In previous lives, you've climbed the lower rungs, moving from one religion or philosophical system to another. Through the law of cause and effect, you've arrived at the place you belong. However, if you fail to maintain your resolve and allow external circumstances to interfere, you risk losing this precious opportunity. Students who succumb to interference often stop attending classes, allowing worldly distractions to pull them back into the confusion and unconsciousness of the sleeping masses. It's common to see enthusiastic students gradually lose interest due to various distractions. Unexpected visitors, illness, arguments, invitations to social events, errands, or simply feeling tired. These distractions may seem important at the moment, but they can lead you away from the light, weakening your motivation and resolve. Why do some students falter? The answer lies in interference. They unknowingly give power to external distractions, allowing them to derail their spiritual progress. We must not give power to the external world. As human beings, we are superior to external conditions and can master them. But when we fixate on our problems, we give them power instead of dissolving them. The key is to prioritize the spiritual and let everything else follow. This means addressing spiritual matters first, and then watching as worldly problems resolve themselves effortlessly. Spiritual knowledge, when applied correctly, can overcome even the most daunting challenges. When faced with interference, affirm, first the light, then the problems. Attend your classes with a calm mind, and you'll witness how everything falls into place. Remember, no worthwhile achievement comes without effort, perseverance, discipline, and willpower. What is easily acquired often fades away. Value this teaching and the knowledge you're receiving, or you risk losing it and facing a difficult path back. Why interference occurs? There are two main reasons for interference. Times of change. We are living in a time of great transformation. The planet is accelerating toward its initiation, and all the lower conditions that have held it back are being transmuted and eliminated. This is a time of intense struggle between good and evil, as negativity resists its inevitable demise. The opposing force, the sinister force, uses subtle tactics and unwitting human agents to hinder spiritual progress. Resistance from the ego. Your own personality, the human ego, fears losing its power and control. When you embark on a spiritual path, the ego senses its demise and fights back with all its might. It tries to distract you, lure you away from your studies, and keep you entangled in worldly affairs. Overcoming interference. To overcome interference, you must be vigilant. Recognize the signs of interference and don't allow yourself to be swayed by external distractions or negative thoughts. Prioritize the spiritual. Put your spiritual practice first and trust that everything else will fall into place. Strengthen your resolve. Cultivate perseverance, discipline, and willpower to stay on course. Value the teachings, appreciate the wisdom you're receiving, and don't take it for granted. Seek guidance. Turn to your teachers and the ascended masters for support and protection. Remember, spiritual evolution is like climbing a mountain. Don't get sidetracked by the scenery or distractions along the way. Stay focused on your goal. And don't let anything deter you from reaching the summit. Lesson 23. a direct transmission from the Ascended Masters. The teachings currently imparted by the Saint Germain Brotherhood, popularized and expanded by Connie Mendes, originate directly from the planes of light, the 8th octave, where the Ascended Masters of the White Brotherhood reside. This special work has been primarily dictated by the Ascended Master Saint Germain, the avatar of the New Age. Since the dawn of the Aquarian Age in 1954, Saint Germain has been imparting his teachings to elevate the consciousness of Earth's children. However, his influence began much earlier. In 1945, through Connie Mendes, Juana Maria de la Concepción, he projected a profound yet simple metaphysical Christian teaching onto the physical plane. This teaching, supported by all the masters of the White Brotherhood, was a privilege bestowed upon Saint Germain due to his role as the spiritual director of Earth for the next 2,000 years. Earth's spiritual evolution is governed by cosmic cycles of 2,000 years, each overseen by a master of wisdom. In the previous Piscean age, the responsibility fell upon the Master Jesus, who imparted the teachings now known as Christianity. As evolution progresses in an upward spiral, Saint Germain now leads us into the Violet Ray era. The metaphysical teachings we share today are not solely based on Connie Mendes's remarkable books. They have also been gradually transmitted through channels, highly evolved individuals who serve as conduits for knowledge from the Ascended Masters. Connie Mendes laid the foundation for this movement when she spiritually founded the Saint Germain Brotherhood in Caracas in 1945. However, she had been working towards this goal for years, giving talks, training guides, and personally overseeing the work. The Masters have always spoken through channels, primarily Saint Germain and the Master Jesus, who are united in this great work. Before the Master Jesus, in the Aryan Age, Moses held the responsibility of imparting teachings and raising the masses' consciousness for 2,000 years. It's important to note that this form of channeling is not like spiritualism. Channels are not mediums that fall into trances or contact the astral plane. They connect with the higher planes of the 8th octave of light, where the Ascended Masters reside. There is nothing psychic about this work, nor does it violate the sacred law of free will. Saint Germain, along with Connie Mendes, constantly monitors and supervises this work. Connie Mendes's legacy has borne abundant fruit. Her books, filled with extraordinary yet simple wisdom, have awakened countless individuals. Through the law of vibration, these readers are drawn to the movement, eager to implement the teachings in their daily lives and further their spiritual growth. Connie's work was divinely guided. She came to Earth with a specific mission: to impart, expand, and popularize Saint Germain's teachings in a profound and accessible way. Her teachers included Emmett Fox, founder of the Unity movement, and Guy Ballard, who popularized the I Am teachings and the violet flame of transmutation. Connie went beyond Emmett Fox's teachings, embracing the Ascended Masters of the White Brotherhood, not just the Master Jesus. She later connected with the Bridge to Freedom, which recognized Saint Germain as the avatar of the New Age. Before the establishment of the Saint Germain Brotherhood in Caracas, the Ascended Masters aimed to unite North and South America into a single spiritual block, elevating Earth on its path toward ascension. Once the teachings were firmly established, Connie received direct instruction from Saint Germain for 2 consecutive years. Her chakras were then sealed to protect her from psychic vibrations and external interference, a precaution taken for all individuals destined for specific missions on the human plane. Connie Mendes traced the origins of these teachings back to the ancient wisdom of Enoch, father of Methuselah, who ascended to the planes of light in remote times. The remnants of his lost writings, discovered in England, reveal the 7 laws that govern the universe, including the law of mentalism. Connie called Enoch the father of metaphysics. The Saint Germain Brotherhood continues this legacy, offering a direct transmission from the Ascended Masters to guide humanity toward a brighter future. Her chakras were then sealed to protect her from psychic vibrations and external interference, a precaution taken for all individuals destined for specific missions on the human plane. Connie Mendes traced the origins of these teachings back to the ancient wisdom of Enoch, father of Methuselah. who ascended to the planes of light in remote times. The remnants of his lost writings, discovered in England, reveal the 7 laws that govern the universe, including the law of mentalism. Connie called Enoch the father of metaphysics. The Saint Germain Brotherhood continues this legacy, offering a direct transmission from the ascended masters to guide humanity toward a brighter future. Lesson 24. The power of silence. Being silent can be a virtue, particularly if it involves speaking with love and purpose and managing our words. Words are strong commands that materialize in the outside world. Every command we give is something that needs to be done. In tense situations, try taking a long breath to calm yourself before responding rashly with insults. By doing this, you'll be able to avoid speaking out of rage, which can have detrimental effects on your health in particular. Recall that any energy you project, good or bad, comes back to you multiplied. A silent space can be many things. Nobody gains when you stay silent when you should, out of apathy, sloth, fear, or grief. It can also result in the sin of omission, which is when you do not act or speak when you ought to, and so accrue future karmic debt. In a similar vein, it might backfire to remain silent out of selfishness or self-interest. Silence that serves your interests at the expense of others will ultimately come back to haunt you. Everyone concerned suffers when there is silence because someone lacks the courage or sincerity to confront a matter. It's the cowardice of the helpless and weak who turn a blind eye to their issues. Though exercising discretion can demonstrate restraint and good intentions, keep in mind that silence implies consent. Recognize when people could misinterpret your quiet. For the sake of wisdom and caution, silence is strongly advised. It is advisable to hold off on disclosing your intentions or objectives to other people until they are solidly set. Fears, uncertainties, criticism, and cynicism from others might impede your success and sap your excitement. Until your intentions come to pass and you are self-assured enough to handle criticism, keep quiet. Recall that words have power and that disparaging remarks can cause problems and hold up activities. It's also important to keep quiet when sharing your beliefs with people who might not get your spiritual journey or understand it. By doing this, insults, sarcasm, verbal abuse, and other bad vibes are avoided. We don't impose our views on other people or preach metaphysics. We attract others to ourselves via vibrational affinity. Since not everyone is prepared for these sophisticated teachings, we only provide information when asked honestly and when there is a real curiosity. It takes silence to teach listening. Some people lack the ability to listen intently because they are impatient or feel important. We can learn a lot and obtain important insights by keeping quiet and listening intently. Often without meaning to, we let others show who they really are. Speech is silver, silence is golden, is a proverb that is accurate. A metaphysician steers clear of criticism and recognizes the power of language. Keep in mind that you draw to yourself the things you condemn in others. Stay calm and uninvolved if you find yourself in a scenario where people are criticizing you. Avoid taking part in the discussion. Raise yourself above the negativity with a metaphysical declaration or intervention. This is not true for me or for them. I refuse to accept it for myself or them. I'm still calmly at ease. To dispel this unqualified energy, I call upon the violet transmuting flame and the law of forgiveness. I'm still calmly at ease. This is divine order, and I am not disturbed by any of this. Stronghen me, beloved presence. I'm grateful. It's acceptable to gently excuse yourself and walk out if you're feeling overburdened. Keep your well-being unaffected by negativity. Recall that you do not have the same vibrations as others who act in this way. People who have truly grown are recognized for their astute word choice. Though ignorant of the law of mentalism, some may brag of having studied philosophy, but speak rashly. Recall that people cannot advance monetarily or spiritually if they do not comprehend or uphold this law. The mind is not a master. It is rather a repository of information. If we want to grow spiritually, we can't give it too much influence. Rather, concentrate on developing inner wisdom, engaging in quiet time, and speaking in a way that is encouraging and motivating. Lesson 25. The Power of Inner Silence. In our quest for spiritual fulfillment, learning to quiet the mind and embrace inner silence is paramount. We must tune out the external clamor that constantly demands our attention. By cultivating stillness within, we create a sacred space where the truth within can emerge. The relentless noise and distractions of the outer world keep us trapped in a state of unconsciousness, chasing illusions and material pursuits. We become blind and deaf to our inner wisdom, our values distorted and our lives easily derailed. To counteract this, dedicate time each day to contemplation, even if it's just 10 minutes. This practice allows us to access the power and knowledge that reside within, emerging from the silence with renewed strength, vitality, and clarity. Within us lies the power to resolve any situation, problem, or need. Learning to calm ourselves and remain serene during challenging times is a magical key to success. It opens the doors to divine energy and power, unlike the reactive state of anger, anxiety, or pessimism, which attracts negativity and misfortune. True liberation from suffering and a path to happiness requires self-control and inner peace. The stillness we cultivate is not passive inaction, it's an active engagement with our inner being. We go to the source to seek understanding, power, and strength, rather than relying solely on external solutions. In this inner silence, we find answers and receive guidance that helps us avoid mistakes and pitfalls. Artists, musicians, writers, and creators know that their inner divinity guides them toward perfect expression through inspiration. This is a form of accessing inner silence, learning to listen to the wordless voice within. To hear this voice, we must cultivate inner harmony. Discord, external conflicts, or emotional turmoil can disrupt our connection with our divine self. Learning to be alone is also essential. Not everyone knows how to enjoy solitude. Many seek constant company, while others isolate themselves. Extremes are never healthy. The idea is to find a balance, engaging in social interactions, while also carving out time for peaceful solitude. Learn to listen to yourself without judgment or criticism. Practice meditation, even in the midst of daily life, to connect with your inner being and find peace amidst external chaos. Spending time in nature can be a powerful therapy for self-discovery and inner peace. Seek out quiet places in the countryside or mountains, away from the noise and distractions of crowded beaches or loud music. The silence of nature facilitates meditation and connection with the divine. It's wise to keep your spiritual experiences private, sharing them only with those who understand and appreciate them. Each person's experiences are unique, and comparisons can lead to doubt or discouragement. Remember, silence is golden. By learning to quiet the mind and embrace inner silence, we open ourselves to a world of wisdom, guidance, and profound transformation. Lesson 26. The Power of Forgiveness. Many people view forgiveness as a moral or religious precept or as a means of behaving good. However, this cursory comprehension falls short of capturing its actual potency and advantages. It doesn't fit with our nature to just be advised to forgive without considering the reasons behind it, especially when we've been wronged. But forgiveness is more than just being kind. It's about freeing ourselves from pain and negativity. There are a lot of really good reasons to forgive. We destroy our own lives when we harbor grudges, plot retaliation, or obsess over past wrongs. Rehashing bad experiences over and over again robs us of tranquility, causes internal strife, and sometimes even takes the form of physical illnesses. The energy that we classify as violence, rage, and hatred comes back to haunt our bodies, relationships, and pursuits. Nobody can genuinely succeed in life if they are filled with bitterness and malice against other people. The secret to ending this vicious cycle of negativity is forgiveness. Sincere forgiveness causes us to change our perspective and reroute the flow of unfavorable energy. It is insufficient to just give up on getting even and take a back seat. The negativity we have created needs to be actively dismantled and dispersed like a wasp swarm. True forgiveness is an act of compassion and understanding toward ourselves and others, not merely a tacit acceptance. It entails deciding to move forward in love and peace after admitting the hurt and letting go of the suffering. Pardoning goes beyond serious transgressions. It includes small slights and daily irritations. Consistent forgiveness is necessary for our own well-being as much as the sake of others. Having resentment and wanting bad things to happen to other people only leads to hardship and misery. It contaminates our brains, exposes us to outside influences, and fosters more conflict. All of us are called to unconditional love. It is a lesson that the Master Jesus imparted around 2,000 years ago, yet very few people have really understood it. We bring the same devastation into our lives when we conduct our lives from a negative and destructive position. Recall that we are artists. We need to discover how to harness our enormous potential for good. Ignorance breeds negativity, yet knowledge enables us to live in accordance with life's rules. By granting forgiveness, we can access our inner strength and invite the divine presence to help us improve our lives and inner environments. But forgetting is necessary for true forgiveness. Many people think they have forgiven, yet their minds are still replaying the pains from the past. If the memory lingers, forgiveness has not really become ingrained. Letting go of injustices, grievances, and anything that sows discord and hatred is necessary for true forgiveness. There are numerous advantages to forgiving. Better health. Letting go of emotional baggage that may cause physical illnesses can lead to forgiveness. Inner peace is a state of calm, harmony, and emotional stability. Freedom from pain. Absolution interrupts the negative feedback loop and averts subsequent karmic consequences. Joy and well-being. We become more receptive to joy, thankfulness, and a stronger feeling of purpose when we let go of our grudges. Spiritual protection. When we forgive, our vibration rises and we become less vulnerable to bad energy. People that are hateful and malicious will attract bad luck and issues in their relationships, careers, and health. Hatred's energy inward spirals, bringing pain and even hastening age. Although it's not always simple, forgiveness is one of the most meaningful and life-changing experiences we can have. It has nothing to do with accepting wrongdoing or repressing our emotions. It's about deciding to put love above hate, harmony above strife, and independence before servitude. We can finally realize our full potential for happiness, healing, and spiritual development when we embrace forgiveness. Lesson 27. Elevate your perspective, transform your life. To break free from problems and difficulties, we must learn to see things from a higher perspective. This elevated view fosters tolerance, forgiveness, and inner peace. When we're caught up in the details, everything seems magnified and conflicts easily arise. Imagine climbing a tower or a mountain or gazing down from an airplane. The higher you ascend, the wider your view becomes, revealing a vast panorama. The same principle applies to life's challenges. When we elevate our thoughts and feelings, we gain a broader understanding and can more easily find solutions. Forgiveness, especially when we've been wronged, requires this higher perspective. As students of metaphysics, we understand that hurtful actions often stem from ignorance and a limited level of evolution. The law of cause and effect reminds us that we reap what we sow. Instead of dwelling on others' actions, focus on your own life and choices. You are ultimately responsible for your own actions and their consequences. To avoid harboring hatred and judgment towards others, remember that their behavior is not your concern. It's their journey, their lesson to learn. Focus on your own path and strive to live in alignment with your highest values. True forgiveness goes beyond words. It's a deep internal process of releasing resentment and finding peace. If expressing forgiveness verbally is difficult or impossible, don't worry. The act of forgiving within yourself is enough to release the burden and liberate your heart. Avoid getting caught up in conflicts and confrontations. Don't stoop to the level of those who seek to harm you. Responding to insults with insults or violence with violence only perpetuates the cycle of negativity. Imagine standing in a field, trying to stop a stampede of wild horses. You would be trampled and injured if not killed. The wiser approach is to climb a tree and observe from a safe distance. Evil is a destructive energy that seeks to consume everything in its path. By elevating our thoughts and emotions, we can rise above this negativity and let it pass harmlessly beneath us. Affirmations like, "I do not accept this because it is not the truth. I do not want it, nor does it interest me. I rise above this condition," can help us maintain our peace and serenity. Forgiveness also extends to ourselves. When we make mistakes, we must learn to forgive ourselves without self-recrimination or judgment. Avoid negative self-talk and embrace self-compassion. Reason through your errors. Apply the law of forgiveness and move on. This law is a powerful tool for resolving any problem or past hurt. Without forgiveness, we cannot receive the assistance we need from the divine presence and the ascended masters of light. After invoking forgiveness, call upon the violet flame to transmute and transform any lingering negativity. This powerful energy, a gift from Saint Germain, can dissolve our mistakes and liberate us from suffering. Remember, a narrow view of things creates errors and problems. Let go of personal biases and observe situations objectively from a higher perspective. By cultivating understanding and compassion, we can rise above conflict, forgive freely, and create a life filled with peace, joy, and abundance. Lesson 28. The elusive nature of happiness. Is happiness a thing? The idea is still unclear and differs widely between individuals in this dynamic world. It's a loving family and stable finances for some people. Achieving a lifelong desire or discovering true love are the goals for some. While an adult desires recognition, power, fortune, or beauty, a child may find delight in a new toy. Driven by an inner need for elevation and perfection, the quest for happiness is a fundamental human longing. But we frequently get into the trap of thinking that relationships, accomplishments, or worldly goods can bring us happiness when, in reality, they can't. These external sources of enjoyment are ephemeral and ultimately unsatisfying, as we have seen when chasing after money, power, pleasure, fame, and social standing. When something is accomplished, it can easily lose its allure that once made it appear impossible to achieve. Emotions or material belongings cannot bring true happiness. It is an inside condition of harmony, balance, and spiritual development. It comes from a relationship, either conscious or unconscious, with the higher planes of consciousness and the divine. This level of happiness can also be attained by deeds of unselfish love and charity. Think about the selflessly devoted mums, committed physicians, and enthusiastic educators who find joy in helping others. To be really happy, though, even these people might encounter difficulties and disappointments in other aspects of their lives. Everybody's road toward achieving happiness is different, and they all choose different routes according to their individual interests and needs. While momentary happiness and well-being are achievable, true, enduring happiness may seem unattainable on earth. In this realm, we work through previous karma and acquire vital lessons from the cosmos. However, we are also blessed with moments of joy that encourage and fortify us to press on with our journey by the grace of God. A dream come true, a surprise blessing, or a pure moment of connection can all bring up a spark of excitement that anyone can feel. We are reminded by these encounters that happiness is achievable despite life's obstacles. We must liberate ourselves from the cycle of birth and death and our lesser selves in order to find true happiness. Reaching the spiritual regions of light, where life persists in an unfathomably pure and joyful condition, devoid of suffering and constraints, is the means by which this is accomplished. As everlasting beings of light and energy, we frequently forget who we really are. Our negative emotions stem from our egocentric and desire-driven lower selves and material bodies. We must finally pay back karmic debts and suffering caused by misusing our energy and life force. Short-lived satisfaction awaits those who pursue self-centered goals, exert dominance over others, or indulge in excess. Control and manipulation cannot last a lifetime of true happiness. Happiness is elusive for those who are passive and complacent. It takes effort and cultivation to find and maintain happiness. It doesn't just happen to us. To obtain a plentiful harvest, we must plant the seeds of happiness and well-being. One way we might start to create a happy future is to practice mindfulness and live in the now. A common cause of sudden unhappiness is something that happened in a prior life or in this one. But we are able to transform this negativity and bring about a more positive reality by using the light of fresh understanding and the instruments of spiritual practice. One effective technique for developing pleasure is practicing gratitude. Spend some time each day recognizing and feeling grateful for all of life's blessings. Create a gratitude list that includes your health, family, friends, job, and even the little pleasures in life. You are not as sad as you may have believed if you take the time to count your blessings. A grateful heart opens its heart to joy and abundance by changing its attitude. Always keep in mind that happiness is a journey rather than a goal. Learning, development, and self-discovery are ongoing processes. A life full of joy, purpose, and fulfillment can be created by accepting the present, being grateful, and adopting an optimistic outlook. Lesson 29. Unlock the Power of Prayer. In her book Metaphysics for All, Connie Mendez offers a straightforward yet effective method for getting what we ask for from God. The secret is to give our desires over to the Father and put our faith in His limitless knowledge and ability to fulfill them. This is how it operates. Make sense and be determined. Make sure your goals are clear. Don't hesitate or modify your request in the middle. Remain steadfast and concentrated. The equation. Use these powerful phrases, in harmony for all the world, according to divine will, under grace, and in a perfect way, I want this. Express your desire clearly. One-time intervention. This therapy only has to be done once. Repetition is not necessary. Thankfulness and belief. Say, "Thank you, Father, because this is already granted, and I am waiting for it," whenever the desire enters your thoughts. To eliminate any uncertainties or anxieties that would prevent you from manifesting, use the violet flame. Happy expectation. Retain a pleasant, expectant attitude. This uplifts your spirits and strengthens your faith. Remain vigilant. Pay attention to the opportunities that come your way. Acknowledge them and confidently take action. Never forget that God, the I Am, the Divine Presence, has been watching over you since the beginning of time. All that He wants for you is wonderful and perfect, a life full of plenty and joy. The Father is never angry. He is constantly full of love and compassion and wants you to keep changing and growing. He'll help you in any way you ask for, but you have to ask for it yourself because of the law of free will. You can link yourself with the divine flow of plenty and make yourself receptive to the gifts that are rightfully yours by accepting this foolproof technique. Have faith in the process, keep an optimistic outlook, and observe as your dreams come true in amazing ways. Lesson 30. Divine Order. Divine order is a potent metaphysical idea that has the capacity to change your life. By realizing and accepting this fact, you can find freedom from pain, find solutions to issues, and create harmony in all facets of your life. Divine order, what is it? The harmonious alignment of every circumstance with God's truth, perfectionism itself, is known as divine order. It's a way of being in which everything proceeds easily, smoothly, and for the greater good. Living in divine order brings about inner serenity and harmony, as well as harmony with others. Your life is devoid of worry, anxiety, and needless suffering. Your job is rewarding, and your connections are caring and encouraging. Divine order is an active endeavor that calls for courage, resolve, activity, and willpower rather than a passive one. You cultivate this condition of being by being in tune with your higher self and making intentional efforts to do so. You have to deal with your life's flaws and imbalances before you can attain divine order. This could entail making amends, mending old hurts, and letting go of bad habits. It is about turning scarcity into plenty, fear into confidence, and turmoil into harmony. Divine order is a powerful phrase. When you call upon divine order, you both experience and pronounce a change in direction toward perfection. This potent affirmation can be used for any scenario when you need support, including financial challenges, marital concerns, health problems, or even automotive trouble. Declaring, "Divine order is here," allows for the manifestation of miraculous fixes. You invite divine intervention into your life by putting yourself in alignment with the highest good. Keep in mind that divine order doesn't usually appear right away. It might require some time and work because everything has a natural unfolding process. But you can change any circumstance and bring it into harmony with divine perfection if you have steadfast faith and unflinching determination. Look at your life for a moment. Are your relationships, job, house, money, health and well-being all in line with your highest good? If not, begin firmly and fervently establishing divine order. Depending on how much weight you've given to negativity and imperfection, the process of bringing harmony into your life may take some time. However, by embracing the teachings of the Saint Germain Brotherhood, you can overcome these constraints and design a happy, prosperous, and fulfilled life for yourself. Resign yourself to a life of pain and misery instead. God wants the best for us: perfection, harmony, and beauty. Suffering and discord arise only when we abuse our free will, energy, and life force. We are all blessed to be in a state of divine order. We must begin living in truth and directing our emotions, ideas, and deeds toward the ultimate good if we are to succeed. You are a part of the cosmic harmony regardless of who you are or where you've come from. It is possible to abuse our gifts and bring about turmoil, but doing so has a tremendous cost in pain and sadness. When we declare, affirm, and demand divine order, it always comes to pass. The upper realms of light are home to the ascended master, the Prince, Lord of divine order. Any scenario that calls for divine order can be called upon to get his assistance. Divine order is desperately needed on our globe. Let us declare it for everyone on the planet, including ourselves. We can turn chaos into harmony and build a world that represents the divine perfection that resides inside each of us by keeping our inner calm and concentrating on the good.